Patch 8.11 and 9.0 was intended to shake up the Duelist meta, with an emphasis on rank play. So for 7 days I decided to play each of these characters to see if it was true. I'll be going over my personal opinions based on what I've played, as well as some stats to see if Riot actually achieved their goal. Day 1 and 2 was all about Neon and ISO, the agents that got the biggest buffs in my opinion. I think I could say I was wrong when I thought Neon would be the rank meta pick, and these stats kinda show it. ISO had the biggest jump between the two in terms of pick and win rate. These stats also include his 0.90 update changes, when the dev decided to dial back some of his abilities. The first 24 hours, I've decided to focus on the Blue Lightning Fast Filipina, who saw their signature ability get buffs on top of buffs on top of buffs. Right off the bat, it felt like I was zooming. Honestly, as someone who rarely ever plays Neon, the speed was a bit hard to adjust to. I played several team deathmatches before queuing Calm to get an idea of how to use her abilities. Out of all the duelists I played so far, Neon felt like the one that I needed the most help to get onto site without fear. The only time I would be confident was when using my wall comboed with a slide, which helped from time to time.
This way. Gotta go.
Long. Oh, I didn't check.
Last player standing.
However, on other maps with a lot of corners to check, I would beg my teammates for flashes or to clear corners before I dived onto site. Of course, this is something that you should be doing anyways, but with other duelists, I never felt like I had to ask for help to feel comfortable diving onto site. For example, Reyna, Phoenix, and Yoru all have flashes to get onto site. Raze has a boombot and nade to clear corners, which helps me feel a bit more safe when entering. Jet has smokes that have greater flexibility than Neon's wall when it comes to isolating 1v1s. Plus a get out of jail free card with her dash. And if there was a cypher trip in the way and my team didn't have any utility to break it, best believe I was running towards the other site. Maybe with more time and practice with Neon's B-hopping and utility usage, I could feel a bit more comfortable. Days 6 and 7, I will play her a bit more if the will of destiny allows for it. ISO on the other hand was drastically different. His instant shit helped me gain a bit more confidence when dry swinging. And I think my teammates liked it too. Most of the time when I play other duelists, I sometimes have to tell myself to slow down since my crew lags behind a bit when trying to get trades. However, as ISO, I noticed my teammates are more willing to swing with me. Maybe I just got lucky with good teammates today. I still miss a lot of opportunities to use his buff shield just because I rarely played his character. But when I got the ball rolling, it was tons of fun.
Stopping fire.
For you.
And that's the end.
Swing out.
Focusing.
Last player standing. Attackers
Man, I
win.
was just cooking too.
All those hours I used to put on grid shot when preparing for other games like Apex and Spellbreak has finally paid off. Overall, I believe the shield is the main reason why ISO was a lot more dominant than Neon so far. He's just easier to use. I originally thought Neon would be the meta pick, with ISO seeing a slight bump, but it was the complete opposite. I also didn't realize how long his shield lasted. I still think there are counters to ISO's signature ability like flashes, mollies, and the occasional double swing when he's by himself. I'm still glad that Riot decided to reduce the length of his shield because it was ridiculously long. I will play the slightly nerfed version of it on day 6 and 7. On day 3 and 4, I wanted to play the agents I thought got hit the hardest in Reyna and Raze. In one of my previous videos, I basically said that Raze got a slap on the wrist, and in my theory, I think they saw one too many Raze TikToks or shorts of people just going crazy. Or maybe one of these players just violated them so hard in the match that they decided to nerf some of the crazy tech that Raze can do. In my opinion, I don't think it was necessary, but overall this agent is still pretty good because you can clear corners with nade and a boombot, making Raze a very self-sufficient agent. However, if your teammates do clear corners for you, then you have utility to take even further sites with these abilities after your initial dive. So yes, your timing with your Raze satchels may be off, but Raze can still do her job at a pretty high level. On the flip side, I was kind of right about Reyna when I said she got hit the hardest out of all the agents. There were a handful of times where I got the max 50 HP heal and it just felt underwhelming. Basically, it guaranteed me to live through like one extra body shot. And because of the changes to Reyna's heal, I think ISO is the better duelist on pistol rounds and possibly just taking initial contact in general. I do have to say that I still like the change because I think a lot of the heals and revives in this game just don't feel good when you're the enemy. Smurfs will still probably dominate on Reyna, but they will most likely perform well on any agent though. ISO is probably still the better agent to smurf with, but this opinion might change after patch 9.0, which we will be playing on day 6 and 7. I will say that the dismiss feels amazing.
Spike down B. 10 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
Had your fun. My turn.
One enemy remaining.
Like 3 bullets.
You can wait a minute.
Parasite.
Plus the fact that both her ultimate and heals are permanent is a nice change. The majority of people didn't play Reyna for her dismiss though, unless you were in upper ascendant or immortal lobbies. The ultimate also isn't something that you can pop every round either. So I think Reyna's slight decrease in pick rate is showing that she is falling a little bit out of favor, since there are other duelists appearing to be a more valuable or fun pick. The only change that the devs made to Clove was to pick me up. Again, I'm a happy man when the heals and revives in this game are less impactful. All they did was increase the cost of Clove's heal by 100 credits, which didn't change much. The pistol buys are a little different now, I guess. However, Clove's pick rate has taken a nosedive compared to other agents. I think part of this is because Clove was filling in that aggressive ego player mindset, but with these changes to other agents, people may be having more fun with the likes of Neon, ISO, and maybe even Reyna due to her dismiss. So it's less about this small Clove nerf and more about the changes to the other characters. For days 6 and 7, I let the wheel decide what we will play, and I lied to you not, it only landed on Raze and ISO. Even when I switch websites, it will only be the same 2 agents. What are the chances of that happening? Regardless, these days were after patch 9.0, where Riot decided to dial back ISO's signature ability. I have to say, after these days, I think patch 8.11 ISO is far stronger than peak Reyna. Having a couple more days with him made me realize that his whole kit comboed with his personal shield is pretty damn strong. Not only can he be selfish with his kit, but the movable shield can easily fit with other teammates to run with, and his decay can go through walls, which can be comboed with other abilities like Sova's shock dart and Raze's nade to get eliminations. This kind of makes ISO more of a team player than Reyna in my opinion. My opinion on Raze didn't change though, she's still a solid duelist who you can get onto site with. I decided to ignore the wheel and play another game of Neon, where I still struggled with, but I was still able to get first kills a bit more and using her utility better at the same time. With enough time investment, I'm sure anyone can make Neon dangerous. Overall, I think Riot accomplished their goal of shaking up the duelist meta. Reyna overall, in my opinion, is still kinda meh. The changes don't do enough to make her a good team player. Yes, you do need to be with your team more because the nerf to 50 HP, but there are better options in terms of flash, movement, and now taking the initial engagement. I would not be surprised if we see more ISO in pro play too. Being able to tank an op shot is huge, and his utility can benefit the team a lot more than the likes of Reyna. Neon in the hands of players who are more skilled at the game will be dangerous too. The process might take a while since Jet and Raze are still pretty good, but ISO and Neon now can handle their own. Let me know down below what you think about the changes, and if Riot accomplished their goals. Till next time, stay safe and I'll be yapping in the next one.